Why does there seem to be a massive problem with casual players hating competitive players in Fortnite more than any other game? Well, I remember back in the day when I was playing Call of Duty on my Xbox 360, whenever I came up against what you call a prestige 10 player with all the skins that take forever to unlock, utterly popping off and destroying everyone including me, yeah, I got a little frustrated, but overall I still looked up to him and thought to myself, I want to be like that one day too. But as you already know, if the same thing happened in Fortnite competitive with a bad player getting utterly destroyed by a good competitive player, it would be a completely different story, bro. He's such a sweat, bro. He probably never goes outside and has never talked to a woman in his life. Yes, in any competitive game, there is going to be friction between the casual players and the top players. But in Fortnite, there is clearly way more than in any other top esport title like World of Warcraft, CSGO, Valorant, and so on. Well, today I've came up with 3 reasons for this. And at the end of this video, I would love to hear from you if there's any opinions / reasons you want to add, so listen up, bro. So number 1, Fortnite obviously has a lower age player base than any other esport. So in contrast to other games, on average, Fortnite's player base is going to be less socially mature, understanding, and accepting, leading on to these younger people being likely to be more rude, less understanding of why these pros are actually better than them, and less accepting of the situation in general. Now, yeah, this might not be the biggest cause for this whole thing because there are still plenty of casual players over the age of 18 who hate on good competitive players, so this leads on to my next point. Number 2, the increasingly large separation between casual Fortnite modes and competitive Fortnite modes. Think about a game like CSGO, for example. Yes, there is a slight difference between the competitive game modes and the casual game modes, but overall it's very similar, making there be almost no arguments between the casual players and the competitive players on what the meta should be. Think about back to the first couple seasons of Fortnite when there were yet to be any tournaments happening. Bad players, good players, and everyone in between were playing the exact same game mode. And if you didn't play back then, I did, and I can assure you that there was hardly any of this hate towards sweats going on. They saw really good players like Ninja, for example, destroying the whole lobby, and they low-key just looked up to him and wanted to be like him. But as Epic Games introduced a new game mode called Arena and slowly over time turned it more and more different than pubs, until it's where it is today, where pub matches and ranked matches feel completely different. And now more than ever do the bad players hate the good players. Coincidence? I think not. Still not convinced? Well, let's talk about number 3, which is about the constant adding of broken items and then nerfing of those same items. Let me explain. Fortnite is one of the only competitive games where it's completely normal for them to add just the most absurdly broken item out of nowhere without warning. But almost every single time, Fortnite comes back and nerfs that item into oblivion. This is a major problem because when broken items are added to the game, it suddenly gives a chance to the worst players to actually hang with the top players, getting a taste of success, making earnings, or making the odd decent placement, etc. Then as this item gets nerfed, they are just so frustrated because they wanted to continue tasting the little success they were seeing from this broken item being in the game. And when quote-unquote fun items are nerfed or removed from the game completely, bad players complain and the good players thank Epic Games. This creates a massive divide between the casual players and the pro players as they start to resent each other. But imagine something like CSGO, where nothing stupidly broken gets added to the point that casuals have a chance at doing well in comp, so they never even got that taste of success in the first place, making it so the only option for these casual CSGO players to earn and perform well in tournaments was just to grind and get good. Therefore, there wasn't any hate developed for the pros like there is in competitive Fortnite. But you have to know that in this video, I'm not saying casuals or pros are right, and I'm not saying what Epic Games should or shouldn't do. I'm simply just throwing out a couple ideas and explanations for the reason that there seems to be so much more hate towards pros in Fortnite than other games. And I'd love to see your opinion on this too, so leave a comment below. You made it through this whole video, so there's something I'm sure you'd be interested in, bro. My free email newsletter where I post heaps of unique advice and tips and tricks you don't see in my YouTube videos, so join for free using the link in the description of this video.